Good morning, everyone. Should be live now. A little hard to tell sometimes. How's everyone doing this fine morning? Excuse me. Gonna be a bit rough this morning because I just got out of bed. Like 10 minutes ago. So we'll see how well everything goes. Don't mind this. This was my attempt yesterday at getting stuff done, and I didn't do anything. How's it going, Mr. JB? I got a hang on a sec here. Yesterday I got a package from Sweden. And apparently, my friend from Sweden sent me a fishing lure that was designed in Sweden. I mean, it was made in China because it's made in this century, but it was designed in Sweden, and it was by Abu Garcia. Yeah, no big deal. I figured you had forgotten. But, yeah, I didn't know either Abu Garcia bought the design from a Swedish person or Abu Garcia is Swedish. I'm not sure. Sved. How's everyone today? I'd really like to diagnose how come the NRF24L01 isn't working. So that might be the plan today. I want to open a couple things too. So I got some stuff in from China. I'll open them and take a look. So this apparently should be another Nevermore filter set. Morning, Mr. Labs. Actually, I say Mr. Labs. I don't know your gender. Good morning, Ryan Labs. Yeah. So here's another set of parts for a Nevermore filter. That's because I have a second one. So that's good to know. Comes with the fans. With the Wagos, the connectors, a couple of bits of wire. Mr. will do, excellent. A couple of these fans with hydraulic bushings, aka a piece of metal, maybe brass if we're lucky, with a drop of oil on it. And then these carbon filters, 6 of them. Oh yeah, there's something else I want to show you guys too. So yeah, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about this morning before I get into diagnostics. I need to drink more of this before we start diagnosing why my stuff doesn't work. Yeah, so magnets, some T-nuts, some nuts, some screws. Morning, Lock. Well, interesting story. I ended up in the emergency room. So that was fun. It was for nothing. I had a reaction. To the new medications, and I went to the emergency room in an abundance of caution. It was fine, but I did want to get my vitals checked and all that stuff, so. The juice is not worth the squeeze. Well, now I can't get this back together. The juice was not worth the squeeze, in my opinion, so I just discontinued the use of the medications. I'll talk to my doctor on the next time I see her, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, better cautious than carried by six. Good point. So this is a thread gauge and bolt sizing device. On AliExpress, I was looking for things to increase my my cart value to get a better coupon. Chipotle poisoning. Interesting. So actually, the funny part is, I got more information from ChatGPT. And by ChatGPT, I mean Google Gemini, because GPT is not as good. But essentially, there we go. So there, you just set up your thread pitch. So the ER doctors, the ER doctor's job is to check vitals, make sure I'm not dying, stuff like that. So ER doctor did that. They said it was possibly a problem with my meds, but then when I put like every single one of my details into Gemini, it's like, oh, this is what happened. So yeah. I got one of these kits that you could still buy to this day, which is a breadboard, power supply. This is like kind of my favorite kind of power supply for the breadboard. And then these jumper wires. Question is, are these magnetic? I feel a weak attracting force. So the ends are definitely steel. But no, I don't think these are. I feel a very weak force. Oh, but there's, okay, but the ends are all here are being picked up. So no, I don't think it's magnetic. Here, let me put it like right in the middle. No. Your wife's dog, Vala, had surgery last night for a snapped leg tendon. Oh no. Sorry to hear that. See, I don't care what happens to me. I'm a person with free will, but dogs are precious, so we need to take care of dogs. So, folks, I'm in my late 30s right now. And everyone knows what happens to men in their late 30s. Sometimes early 40s, but I could be just developmentally a little bit faster. Does anybody have any ideas? I have started 3D printing a train. So this is a project called OS Railway, where basically there's open source train designs, and this has everything to do with electronics. No, I will never buy a Corvette. If I could afford it, I would get an NSX. But Corvette is not my jam. But I feel like I finally have a printer that can do really good prints. And these people who are responsible for this, they've designed these, I think they're called bogies. I don't know, boogers. And there's like a motor mount and gearing. This is like crazy. So, and there's a tank. So this tank mounts from underneath, and you put weights in here so that your train is heavy. So I'm pretty hyped about putting this together. The reason why we're not putting it together today on stream is you have to buy 3mm shafts. So I don't have any 3mm shafts. So it's all in pieces still. But like, look at this. The gearing, there's bevel gears. So this bogie becomes four-wheel drive. So it's going to drive both axles from one centrally mounted motor. And then you put, so here are the wheels. These are the wheels. And you put O-rings on them for traction. So pretty crazy. I'm pretty excited to do this. This will be a New Year project, or maybe just before New Year. Depends when my stuff comes in. This thing is so well designed. Everything goes together very easily. There's a vent piece. So like this goes on like this. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And then these little things go on like this. Right, like this is very well designed. It printed very well on the Centauri Carbon, which we'll get a review in the new year. This is crazy. I know this is supposed to be orange, but I had red, so it's red. Like, even look at the overhangs. Like, that is good. This was supported with tree supports. $5K, this is a lot. Railroad truck design is cool. Yeah. We can go look at the design. I need to drink coffee anyways. Let me guide you through here. So a little bit confusing. Documentation is a bit lacking. It could be better, but it's old. Screen. So you just go OS Railway. So here is the train. So this is what I printed. See, like the top is like black. This guy painted it. This guy's a little bit more intense than what I would do. And I've got these railings. These railings, they go into little holes. I don't know if mine will go into the holes, but I'll glue them in. There's electronics because there's, you know, LEDs. Look at that. Printed tracks. Looks very cool. And this is from 2020. No need for instructions. Yeah. So here's, like, this guy did filament swaps. Look at that. Look at. I'm not doing no filament swaps. And then there we go, the electronics. So he uses a Node MCU, which I think is just an ESP. And look, oh yeah, here's the bogie. Look at that. So I don't really know how this works. Like a screw goes through here. I don't know. I'll have to figure all that out. But isn't this freaking cool? Look at the design. It's got massive gear reductions, and then it's got a four-wheel drive. And this is the part I don't have, is the 3mm sticks. Look at this. He wrote it in freaking Comic Sans, folks. Yeah, M2x14 countersunk. I might not have that. But look at that with the gearbox and a little cover. Like, this is all intense 3D modeling. He did a really good job. Oh no, I need 2mm shafts. Oh no, I printed one that uses a bearing. That's why. Also, my vents were not like this. My vents didn't have the grills in them. Huh. Yeah, I've got motor. I have so many motors. I have motors galore. So here's one. This one was taken from a printer, a 2D printer. And here's another one. This one came with a, this is supposed to be a micro drill for drilling PCBs. So I have to take the shank off. But between these two motors, something will work. I don't want to buy motors because I've got so many motors. If I take out my motor box, broke. Hello? I think I ruined my mic. The cable's all. Okay, this is transmitting. I don't know if it's the mic pack or if it's the cable. Let me see if I can just gently put this in my pocket. Okay. Well, that's something I'll have to replace because that's not reliable. I have not been taking care of this microphone, that's for sure. So that's going to be pretty horrible. It is what it is. I've been using this for a while, so hopefully it's not too crappy. As I was saying, I've got so many motors that there's tons of motors here. No backup. Well, I mean, I have other solutions. Like there is a mic built into this camera right here. This one. So I could use that, but it's facing away from me. It's facing the table. So yeah, we might have to find another lav mic with cable because the lav mic is attached to the cable. Like it's not disconnectable. Okay, I think it's back. I don't know if reseating it works. By the way, this thing is extremely expensive. It's not like it was sent to me by a Patreon patron and supporter of the show because he bought a university lectrum and it was in the lectrum and he didn't want it. He wanted the lectrum. So he sent it to me. If I have to replace this, I'm going to be pretty upset because it is very expensive. AKG PT 550, I think, is the transmitter. AKG PT 450, 450, I think. It's $150 just for the transmitter. Kind of expensive. And then AKG lav mic. $200. The lav mic is $210. Kind of expensive. Yeah, $230. Well, I can get it locally here. Oh no, that's B&H. That's American. Oh no. Oh no. Well, anyways. Doesn't matter. It is what it is. If it fails, it fails. Hopefully it was just a contact issue. But I will be honest, this morning I did run it over with my chair. The microphone cable part. So hopefully it's fine, but it is what it is. It just is what it is, you know? But if it fails too often, what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to replace it with a device like this. This is what I use for recording my videos, the newer lav mics. So I'll have to have a set for live streaming and a set for recording. What I don't like is that the receiver is also battery powered, but I think I can permanently power it by the USB-C for longer streams. So this would sit, you know, over there by my mixer. It's just not ideal. But it is what it is. I also have my old lav mic, which is around here somewhere. That's not true at all, Ryan. I do my very best, but sometimes shit happens. I'm working in a very small space, so most of my work happens in a probably 5 foot by 7 foot space. Very, very small. Yeah, Locke, I have got bad experiences with cheap audio equipment. That's kind of like the whole jam of making YouTube is you need like decent audio equipment. And the cheap stuff is not very good. These newer mics have been pretty good. So I've been liking these. So I'll probably end up buying a set for live streaming. But the problem is I think the battery only lasts like 3-4 hours. So the whole point, oh, I'm going to pull this out. I might lose audio here. The whole point of my mod here, to put a big ass battery on the back, and in fact the space for a second battery, is because the AA in here, or sorry, it's two AAAs, two AAAs? I don't remember now. Anyways, it wouldn't last more than like 2-3 hours. So that's why I did this big setup on the back. You know, I think just unplugging and plugging it back in seems to have fixed it, because now it seems to be working just fine. So we'll see. Well, Locke, if you have any recommendations for like good AliExpress mics, I'm all ears. Ah, my God. Okay. So what are we doing today? We are going to try. I'm going to try to do some work. If I don't get my video done, I don't get paid. If I don't get paid, I can't afford to keep the house. So let's not do that. Where did I put? I'm not sure where I put my NRF24L01 projects. They went somewheres. It is warm today. It is, so yesterday was a high of 2. Today is supposed to be a high of 2, like positive 2. Hold on. Have to answer my mom. My mom just went to get an oil change. Where was I? I don't remember. Oh, here's one of them. I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh, that's both of them. Oh yeah, it's +2. So right now it is like -4-ish, but it'll be +4 today. And then tomorrow it'll be +6. So essentially the weather is nice. It's not frightful at all. I wouldn't call it delightful, but it's not frightful. I'm wondering if I soldered this wrong. Let me turn this on so we have some light. Sorry about the flashbang. So I'm wondering if this is just soldered wrong. But we can easily figure that out by making a second one of these, because this isn't soldered wrong. You know what? I think might solder another one of these. Although I really want this to work, it's possible it's not soldered correctly because of all the little pins there. Although I don't see any bridging. It is a bit crooked, but I don't see any bridging. Anybody see any bridging there? I don't see any bridging. I'm gonna check. Yeah, I don't see any bridging. You know what we might have to do? We might have to take out the scope. Now, I didn't... Okay, let's start by here. Let's see if we can figure out whether or not this is transmitting. And I don't know how I'm going to do that. So how to tell if this is transmitting? So I guess if you stick this on, but do I have a scope that goes up in the gigahertz range? I don't think so. Hang on a sec. What's this? This one is 200 megahertz. Nope. So I won't be able to like test if this is transmitting. Well, the microscope project is technically I have everything I need for the microscope project, but oh, you know what? I can just check. Oh my God, but there's so much crap in the way. Why do I have so much shit here? Okay. Please don't break, please don't break, please don't break. There we go. Let's move this stuff. Oh no, and I need a how did I power this? Oh, I powered it with this. And then this powers the other thing. You guys don't get to see my secret project. It should be on, unless I have to press the on. Oh, it is on. Oh, stepped on a benchy. This guy. Yeah, I don't have any of those fancy tools. All right, so, oh, where's my focus? I do not see any bridging. No bridging. No bridging. Continuity test would work. Yeah, so continuity is a little bit difficult in semiconductors because you get diodes and pull-ups and stuff like that. Like, I don't think you're wrong, but it's just not that, it is not that simple. We can try. There we go. Jeez, that took a long time. Okay. Continuity. Oh, did you guys know you could say the "see you next Tuesday" word on YouTube now without demonetization? Okay, got high resistance between these two. High resistance between those two. So I got high resistance between two. High resistance. So no shorts. What words? See you next Tuesday. Just solve the acronym. Oop. Yeah, high resistance between those two. So YouTube had a weird, this is charging the capacitor. YouTube had a weird aversion to that specific word before. You used to not be allowed to say it, but now you can say it without demonetization. Yeah, no shorts. Okay, so how do we tell if this is transmitting? What do I have here? The problem is they transmit under 2.5 gigahertz. Okay, let's just, you know what we're going to do? We're going to upload a sketch to debug this. As much as I hate Arduino. By the way, in the new year, I've got my plan set up for switching to Python. Well, the thing is, ITT, is vulgarity is a weird thing. Because the see you next Tuesday word in North America is kind of an intense, vulgar word. But in England, it doesn't matter. It's said between friends. It doesn't matter. All right, so transmit. I'll bring you guys here in a second. Yeah, thanks. The IDE just frickin' broke. Okay. Let's upload this. So the only thing you can test with the oscilloscope is the data lines. I can't tell if the NRF24L01 is actually transmitting because I don't have an oscilloscope that's up in the high enough frequency range. Okay, so this is, so now, should be able to, this board, Pi Pico. Okay, and now I should be able to tools, serial monitor. Okay, don't know why we're not getting any. No. So they are a private platform, YouTube. If you want to make YouTube into a utility and have it, and then have it regulated by the government, then anything legal should be good to go, but they're a private platform. Just like my chat here, if you say stuff that I don't like, I can boot you out of the chat. Am I on the right baud rate? Yeah, 11.5.200. So there's nothing being written into serial. So look, my serial monitor is not doing anything. Different things are legal in different countries. Yeah, correct. YouTube should lose all protection that platforms have. I'm not sure what you mean by that. They don't have any protections. They're a private corporation. I'm going to unplug the Pi Pico completely. I'm just going to plug it in. It's not in the board anymore. So let's see what we got. Okay, so it's not doing anything. Let's examples. Is there just a serial example I can put onto it? Okay, so serial print. Okay, so this should write something to the serial. So let's do this first. Okay, and then tools, serial monitor. Let me just put it in boot mode. All right, Ryan. See you later. Boot. All right, let's just upload this. Let's start from the beginning. So this uploading, hopefully it'll compile. That would be funny. Yeah, I agree. Those NRF things should be fun, but the problem is, it seems like lots of people can get them working with zero issues. Okay, so clearly, Serial is working on this board. Okay, I'm going to plug it into my PCB. Hopefully not in a way to short everything. Okay, it's plugged in now. I'm going to reset it. And it should. There we go. Okay, so clearly there's nothing wrong with the serial on my board. Oh, that was a reset. I meant to do boot. Okay, so the problem is something else. So we're going to shut this down. So where is our problem? So we're defining stuff. The pins should be proper. You know what? I'm going to open the KiCad project because I want to make sure that we have our pin assignments correctly. Remind me later. Open recent. And then to the schematic editor. Okay, so all right, let's see. Maybe so CE and CSN are 3 and 4. Where's CE? That's 3, and CSN 4. It's proper. So we didn't define Mozzie and Mino, Mozzie and Mizo. Okay. Just blinking a light on the receiver. Yeah, but first I want to make sure that, like, I'm not getting this. I'm not getting any transmission, anything. So what I'm fearing right now is that the Mozzie and the Mizo are maybe not defined. So let's make a I just want something like analog. Okay, so GP4 is CSN, GP3 is CE, GP5 is Mozzie, and GP6 is miso, like the soup. And I don't know where IRQ is. Nowhere. Okay, and serial clock is GP7. SCK. To read the Mozzie Mizo with oscilloscope. Yeah, I can. But that doesn't tell me. Right now, there's no communication. Like this software here, I can upload this because the thing's in boot mode. It is not giving me anything on the serial monitor. None. But it should, even though we have the correct baud rate. So it's uploading. Okay, here's serial monitor. So baud rate is explicitly set here, 115200, 115200. We are getting nothing. I'm going to reset. Hit the reset on this bad boy. So it's resetting. Nothing. No serial. So something is a bit wrong. So let's go. Okay, let's use Claude. I have a project that takes and uses a Pi Pico RP. You got to be explicit when you use Ask AI. 0 and NRF24L01 module reads 3 potentiometer values and transmits them to another pair of RP2040 0 and NRF. Right now, I am trying to debug the transmit code. Here is the code. So that's the code. Oh, wow, it pasted it as code. I fear that because Mozzie and Miso are not explicitly defined, it won't transmit. Here are my pin assignments. What do you think? So the problem with examples is that they're for Arduino. They're for like Uno. Okay, so apparently I can just use this define and that'll work. Okay, let's try this. Let's try this. Okay, let me put this thing. Yeah, the examples don't apply to my situation. They never do. And that's my big problem. Okay. Upload. So I had a thought here that because my pins weren't explicitly defined, that was my problem. So we'll see if that fixes anything. It's uploading. It's taking a long time to upload. Timeout. Something is different here. Something happened. Let me put it back into boot mode. Okay. Let's upload. The big problem, ITT, is that I can't code for beans. So there's no examples that match my wants. And sitting here and trying to modify the example to work my needs means then I don't know if the example wasn't working, my hardware isn't working, or my coding isn't working. You know what I mean? So for whatever reason, this won't upload. The only thing I changed is that. Let's check, let's see if we reset it, if we can talk to it. So there it is, reset. Still not getting anything on the serial. Let me unplug it from the PCB. Yeah, I would have no way of knowing that, ITT. I don't know the difference. For whatever reason, this is not uploading. I don't know if my cable just pooped the bed or what. Okay, let's go to examples. Let's upload just an example. So if this uploads, boot. Yeah, I don't know either. Is the Pi dead? Did we kill the Pi? So Windows just installed something. So let me see. I'm gonna just try one more time. Here we go, boot. So the Pi's not dead because I just opened this file from the Pi. Yeah, I think I'm going to restart the IDE if this doesn't work. But you see my problem? Like, I don't know if it's the code, the software, the hardware, the design. I have to save this, I think. Save. It's like really difficult to diagnose what's going on when there's like 9 factors involved. Add this to the top of setup.begin. But hold on, right now it's not uploading. So we need to figure out why it's not uploading first. It's like it's now no longer uploading. Okay. Before you gave me the code, everything worked perfectly. Compile and upload. Since I tried uploading your code, now the Pico won't respond. It gives me this error. And now even example code won't upload. I don't think it's a problem with your code, but instead a shit IDE. Do you have any ideas? Here's how to fix it. Unplug, hold down boot, while holding boot, plug the USB cable, release boot 1-2 seconds. Done this. No serial output. Okay, so let's do this. Pico Flash Nuke UF2. Okay, where is it? Okay, let's try this. Okay, flashnuke.uf2. So just drag this in. Hold on, what's the... Oh, okay. It went nuts. No, apparently you can't brick it. Okay, so now let's try to upload. Let's try to upload Claude's new, let me bring you back, screen. So Claude thinks that it screwed up. No, this is the old one that didn't. Okay, anyways, so right now the Pi is back into recovery mode. So let's put an example on it. Here, basics. And do a blink. Actually, I don't want to blink. You know why I don't want to blink? Because it has no serial. Communication. Serial event. Oh, this is horrible. God, see, even the baud rates are wrong. Everything is. Just want something with serial. Yeah, I've nuked the bootloader. Okay. All right, upload. Okay, so that uploaded. Not connected. Okay, let's reset. Okay, it is working. Okay, so try this version instead. How would I do this if it wasn't saying anything in the serial monitor? No! Oh my god, this AI is so dumb. What? Not sure what is so complicated when I say it wasn't printing anything in the serial monitor at all. This is why my next step was the pin assignments. Oh, look. AI says he thinks I'm right. Can you just rewrite the entire code instead of giving me lines? If I knew how to code, I wouldn't be here. I just get frustrated because it's supposed to... Anyways. It's like it's supposed to understand what you mean, but it doesn't. All right, let's try this. Is it in boot mode? Not yet. Boot. The funny part is that Gemini is willing to make bit banging a thing. So like we could do a non-library. Hold on, let me just read some spam email I just got. Uh-huh. I love the spam emails that say, we're not spam. Okay. So if I upload this, it's in boot mode now. This is why I'm learning to code. Oh, embed is, oh my God, copy error messages. Got this error. Oh, look, it's doing it the same way it did before. You know what? I wish my YouTube channel made enough money so that I could just hire someone to code for me. AI is not what it promised to be. The problem with Gemini is that the good model, the thinking model, requires login. and you have very limited use of it. If I do this off stream, I can use my college account, in which case I have unlimited premium use. Oh, look, it's stuck again. How's it going, Franco? This is going very poorly. You broke the Pi again because you used the exact same method that broke it last time. If this doesn't compile, send me your original code. Dude, you have my original code. God. Claude is supposed to be the coding one. I think, honestly, I think everyone's falling behind now. I think the well has been poisoned. Let's nuke the UF2. No, you know what? AI is getting further and further, I think. Do you have a YouTube channel, Smith Does Stuff? Oh, you do? 6 years ago. You need to do more stuff. We're trying to get the NRF24L01 working, but it seems like I just keep breaking the Pi. And Refaced Artist, do you have a YouTube channel? You do. Oh, I see. You're putting faces on movies? Well, I think the Pi is broken because it hasn't popped back up after the nuke. I think we've really dicked it now. All right, let's try this. Oh yeah, I think the Pi is completely broken. Because it went into boot mode and then went away. Oh. I just wanted to... How come everyone can make NRF projects and I can't? What is going on here? What time is it? 9:30. What are we gonna do? We really should stretch. We really should make videos, but how am I supposed to do that when my hardware keeps breaking? And look, it's not even in the board. It's just the Pi. It's just the Pi. It's broken. NRF 24LO1. This black module here. Come on, focus. So it's a wireless transceiver. Frustrating. So yeah, now when I boot the Pi, it comes up as a USB drive, as it should, and then it disappears. I have tried to, I did put the nuke thing on it, but it's supposed to come back up after, and it hasn't. So I believe it is now fully bricked. Oh, God, it's frustrating being a YouTuber sometimes. Trying to make projects to pay the mortgage. And it don't work. It just doesn't work. So now what, chicken butt? This Pi is now completely bricked. Maybe if I'm quick, I'd be able to put something on it, but it is bricked. Let me put it in a bag that I can write bricked on, so I don't try to use it for anything else. Let me get my, should have a pad of paper here somewhere. Here's a sticky note. Ugh. Can't open a pen. There's no light on it. There's no, these zeros don't have any lights. Bricked. There we go. Bricked. Now what, chicken butt? What do we do? I'm like, I'm easily demotivated, but this is getting pretty extreme. Because now I won't have a PCBWay video for the month. It's now way too late to design something. It's the 18th. So there's not a chance I am doing a sponsored video this month. And so I think that's it. NRF example for the ESP, don't know. Well, I mean, okay, so it powers up because the USB drive comes up in the, on my computer. But usually the USB drive stays up, and then you can drag the flash nuke onto it, and then it works its magic, and then it pops back up as a flash drive. But now what's happening is when I dragged the flash nuke onto it, it did the same thing, but it never came back up. And now when I try to put it into boot mode, it comes up as a flash drive and then immediately disappears. So it's, I think it's completely bricked, which is very frustrating. Oh yeah, I have other Pis, but so if I keep uploading similar code to it, it's just going to brick new Pis, right? And I'm not made of money. I have a few. I have this many left. 6. I think about 6 of them. And then these are Pi 2s. And then these are the wrong form factor for my project, but these are what I'm going to be switching to in the new year. So in the new year, at some point, I'm switching to Python. We can ditch the Arduino stream completely. And the thing is, I'm just frustrated because it's like, how come, like we had Arctos Robotics, Arc something Robotics. He sent me his transmitter. Where is it? It's around here somewhere. So I have his transmitter here. This guy. Okay. So this is transmitter. And it is a project based entirely off the NRF24L01. And he sells kits. He makes money off this transmitter, and it being a NRF24L01 project. So he is able to make NRF24L01 projects in such a way that he makes money off them, yet I can't. Do you see what I mean? You see what's frustrating? Like, it's horrible. I forgot what he used as a micro. Let's take a look, shall we? I'm not botching anything. Look, the comments are already jerks enough that I don't want to deal with I don't want to deal with people whining about how my design doesn't work or whatever. Oh, that's interesting. Sorry about that, Johnny. But knowing Linux, you could probably run your Dymo printer off of a Raspberry Pi that becomes a Wi-Fi hotspot, and then you can just do network printing to it. This needs all of the front buttons to be removed. I forgot about those. God, he did such a good job on this board. Oh, another one here. Acert Robotics, that's who it was. I'm missing one thing. The antenna. Just unplug these bad boys. 1 and 2. So he used 80 mega. 80 mega 2560. It's a Arduino Mega with the embedded form factor. That's what he used. Super cool board. He did such a good job. Quick heads up that embed SPI does not name a type error means the sketch isn't compiling at all. Pi isn't broken. It's a library mismatch. Okay, the pi is broken. The pi is 100% broken. And by the way, this is the just because I happen to have it here on hand. This is the this is what he's using. It's just an Arduino Mega in a embed form factor. I have them with the USB Type B, but his has USB Type C. So, yeah. So the Pi is broken, 100%, because the Pi no longer works. It comes up as a flash drive, and it comes up as a flash drive, and then it disappears. Maybe if I'm fast, I can recopy the nuke onto it, but it disappears because I think it's broken. Because let me just do the process. I'll do boot, hold boot, put it in. It comes up as a drive. Oh, and it's still a drive. Oh. Okay, I'm going to quickly copy the nuke onto it. Seems to be working now. Let's nuke it. There we go. Flash nuke. All right, so the nuke is on. Oh my God. Oh, no. It disappeared again. It came back and disappeared. So this Pi is broken. I mean, dodgy USB cable is a possibility, but it was working before the code broke it. Oh, nice. I'm actually going to go get some coffee. And I'm going to check to see if my package has arrived. There's a couple things I ordered in the mail. So I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I did get a package, but it was this. Maybe I shouldn't put this on my microcontroller stack. It's supposed to be a fishing magnet, a powerful neodymium magnet. Again, oh, look at that. It makes like a solenoid. Cool. I got this again for filler on an AliExpress package. Come on, get in there. Catching electric eels. There we go. So, yeah, powerful magnet. It's quite strong. I was actually surprised at the strength of it. It's very small, but yeah. You have tons of 1117 3.3 volt regulators. Yep. Got a lot of those. So yeah. Kind of in the summer. So how fishing season works here is we have some species open early, and I don't have the fishing spots for a lot of those early species. My fishing spot really opens in mid-May, but in early May or late April, I do want to go up to my fishing spot, put some docks in, make some new docks. So essentially, and run the boat, because I love my boat. I love being on the water. So essentially, my plan is to go to the fishing spots that I typically go to and drop this magnet around the structures, the rocks, the branches, and see if I can pull out people's fishing lures. So yeah. Okay. So I should put back together this Acer robotic thing. Who's building something? I think everyone should build stuff. Okay, this will sit down like that. Let's put this back together so I don't lose my lose parts. I'm probably never going to build a PC ever again, because the DDR5 shortage is driving the prices to astronomical levels, and now NVIDIA just announced they are dropping consumer GPU production by I think they said 30 to 40%. So demand is going to stay the same, production is going to drop, which means that prices are going to go up. And yeah, I think I think the PC building hobby is done. I think it's over until AI collapses. But we still got a while to go. FML. It probably won't go down, and the reason I'm thinking it won't go down is because a lot of the RAM manufacturers have stated that they are not increasing production. The reason they're not increasing production is that they can't rely on AI continuing the demand. So it takes like 2 years to ramp up production, and they can't be sure that in 2 years AI will still need the same amount of RAM. And what really sucks too is my income has dropped. So 2025 was worse than 2024, and I expect 2026 to be worse still. Yeah, congratulations to all of you. I was procrastinating buying a new rig. I'm still in an 8th gen Intel, so my stuff is going to be very old by the time I'll be able to afford an upgrade. But honestly, the house I'm in is falling apart. So there's going to be thousands of dollars in repairs that I need to do. So it's going to be even longer than that. This. This, and these little thingies, and go put this away. But I think the problem with LLMs wow, you can sell that RAM at this point. You can sell the RAM and the GPU and buy a house. So I think the big problem with LLMs is that they were overpromised. And the people that are making decisions at companies, I don't want to say they're too dumb, but they're just not intelligent enough to tell. So yeah, this is definitely still bricked. And I can tell if it's just, where's the baggie? I can tell if it's just this or the cable if I put this one into boot mode and it doesn't do the same thing. So this one works perfectly. So yeah. Basically in the new year, if I don't, in 2026, if I don't get like a second sponsor at the same veracity as PCBWay, I'm in, I may have to look into another career. In fact, I have been looking into another career, but it ain't going well. Okay, so this one is fine. This one is definitely bricked. So what do I do now? What do you guys want to do now? I'll listen to suggestions, but basically, it's bricked. Clash of Clans. I don't play mobile games. I used to play mobile games a lot, but they just don't have the appeal. And I think the time gating on them is very frustrating. I've been trying to learn coding on Free Code Camp. You guys can follow my my activity on Blue Sky. Simple Electronics at bluesky.social, I think. But I have downloaded a few programming games. So Wild True Learn is one. I downloaded Bitburner as well. Bitburner is like very complicated though. So I'm trying to learn coding, hopefully make a career out of that at some point. Because as you can see, the more AI tries to replace actual coders, the more that actual coders are necessary, because AI is absolute trash tier coding. It can do very, very basic things, but you ask it to make a simple change and it's not able to. It just falls flat on its face. So hopefully at some point I can make a career out of coding. We will see. Boot.dev. Is that the RPG game based on coding? That might not be a bad idea. I think you have to pay for a lot of it though, if I'm not mistaken. You can tell me if I'm wrong. Let's see. Let's go investigate, since I'm not frickin' doing anything because I bricked my stupid microcontroller. And notice how I said I bricked it, even though Claude did this, but it's my fault. Boot.dev. Demo. Sure. Python and Go, Python and TS, Python and SQL, I'm not sure. Sure. Here, let's... Okay, next. Which one am I here? Let's start a poll. What coding level am I? Totally new. Enough to be dangerous. Large projects have been built. I don't even know you, man. There we go. Start the poll. Building a robot using Raspberry Pi 4 and RC tank, Blue 2 motor drivers. That's funny. That's really funny because Unexpected Maker did that too. All right, vote in the poll. It seems like 100%. 80%, whatever, good enough. Enough to be dangerous. Okay, let's do it. Let's build a game. Text-based RPG called Fantasy Quest. Press the gray run button to run the code I wrote for you. Wow, that was fantastic. Submit the code. Press the right arrow at the top to go to the next lesson. Okay. Rare chest. Quest accepted. Okay. Next. Fix your first bug. The combat system in Fantasy Quest isn't working as intended. It appears that players are gaining health when attacking instead of losing it. Fix the math bug on line 3. Okay, so sword damage equals 10, start health equals 100, end health equals start health. Oh, that's supposed to be a minus. Don't touch below this line. Touch. There we go. Submit. Yeah, submit. There we go. Oh, done. Submit. Right? Okay, now next. Okay. Oh, wow, you are behind. Okay, the console shows you the text output of your programs right beneath Code Editor. See what's happening in your code. We need to print it to the console by using the print function. We'll learn more about functions later, but for now, just know that print function will print anything you put inside its parentheses. But what about the F? There was an F. There was an F here. Greet. Okay. Print. Greetings, adventurer. Submit. Okay, what went wrong? Oh yeah, oh, whoops. Idiot. Submit. Aha. All right. Quotes. Yeah, that's fine. Next. Why do you want to learn to code? I want this and this. I want both. Okay, okay. 15 plus. Okay. Biggest obstacle. This is my biggest obstacle. Okay, okay. Can we just boot.dev cost? Just want to know how expensive it is. Pricing. There we go. Oh. That is very expensive. December 6th is expired. So this is close to as much as I paid for the Centauri Carbon. That is expensive. let's see. Sub really well. There are videos and whatnot, as well as active Discord. I've done the first 4 courses. Learning Linux and Git was super helpful. Doing the Learn Python didn't necessarily teach me Python perfectly, but I do feel I learned a lot. And actually kind of... Can you just go away? There it is. From what I learned, take it slow and really understand what you're doing. I'm now doing Exorcism and Code Wars along boot.dev, which is okay. Oh, free. Yeah, $400. I mean, I might reach out to them. Let's see if I can. That's a lot of lessons. Can I sign up for free? Free to start an account. You'll get all the immersive interactive features for free for a few chapters. After that, if you still haven't paid for membership, you'll be read-only. Okay. That's not true. Nope. Nope. How long will it take to learn enough to be hired? Completely up to you. 12 months. Contact. Some links. Okay, here. There we go. All right, let's go. We're going to create an email. Oh, new message. Okay, that's good. Compose to sponsorship. Here, I'll write the. I'll write it here so you guys can see what I'm writing. Hello. And I run yeah, no, it's cheap. Like the tuition here to go to college is like $1,000 a semester. Okay, it says that the colleges around me are $2,400 to $6,000 per year. That's just college. A YouTube channel, Simple Electronics. A lot. My focus is on making projects and reviewing products. My core audience knows how much I struggle with coding, and although many of them are great coders, the vast majority are in my are in my shoes. There we go. I have been learning slowly via freecodecamp.org, and it is working somewhat, but it is web-based coding. Starts with HTML and CSS, and I'm almost into JavaScript. But my channel is really more about Arduino, C, C++, and I am transitioning away from those in favor of Python, whether that is Circuit Python or Micro Python. Here is where you come in. I was recommended your website during a live stream, and I think I like the style of learning even more than freecodecamp.org. I am planning on doing small videos where I help people transition from Arduino C because of the company being bought out towards Python, and making videos on coding in Python as I learn. My question is, would you be interested in sponsoring some of those Python learning videos? Full transparency, if you're looking to have 1 million views, what? No, I don't make AI videos. I don't make AI videos at all. Check my main channel down in the description if you want to see my channel. 1 million views within the first few weeks. It just isn't going to happen. But these tutorial type videos are evergreen content and usually do well over time as they become results for search engines. Let me know if you would want to work something out. I'm all ears, but I think my audience will be uniquely suited to your site and style. Thank you, Dan. There we go. So that's my pitch. Live stream. Let me put a link. Insert link. Let me make sure the link works. Link does work. And send. There we go. Done. Okay, so this is AI generated though, isn't it? Whatever. We'll see. We'll see if it's good. So, sorry, we're gonna also Code Wars. Code Wars. I need to write all these down. Oh, I don't like the reactive websites like that. Okay. So let's try this. Python. Okay, oh. Okay, let me write these down somewhere. Oh, I don't need this. Hang on a sec. I need to write them down somewhere. New window. Oh, here, new window. Okay, so boot.dev exorcism and code wars. Okay, let's see what else. What model AI? I was just using Claude. But Claude used to be the go-to for coding, but I think now Gemini thinking model's got it beat. It's all about what you can do. Yeah, good foundation, back-end courses, build something advanced on your own without relying on AI to code for you. Be a good position for landing a job. Yep. All the main courses except for one. Huh. Interesting. Okay, you can exposes you to different, maybe I should read it. If you have trouble understanding it on boot.dev alone, you can look up a YouTube video, read along about it too. Always recommend using different tools for knowledge. Don't expect get everything right away. Expect to dig deeper, and you should want to. The HTTP server course where you build Chirpy is probably the best online course I've ever taken in any context. Wow. The way it combines everything we learned into an awesome project to be proud of is spectacular. Just make sure you take the SQL course if you're not familiar. You'll learn a lot if you do boot.dev. I find it hard to believe you'll regret it. If you do, I think they have a 30-day refund policy. After you take the course, I have no doubt you'll be on your way to build impressive web apps. This reads like an advertisement, right? Because it's like specifically, oh, like, oh, you're going to do web apps and stuff. Which I find interesting. You can make CLI tools, dev tools. How many courses can I access with 1 month of subscription? You can access everything. Okay. Same scenario for me. I already know front end, already know some basic stuff. Yep. Completely free to look at the lessons and do them. You just can't get XP and engage with it. You can get a full refund in 30 days. So don't make it seem like you have to know right away. Go on the website, look at the courses. If you don't need to take my word for it in terms of help. Yeah, okay. So if you can access everything for free, but you just don't get feedback and XP, that kind of makes sense. It's okay. I don't like that it only gives you one problem to solve before putting another concept in front of you. Ooh, that's a big one. I wish it hammered home to concepts it teaches with more problems to solve. I see. It doesn't do a good job of actually explaining the concepts in the first place either. I find myself understanding a lot of the concepts after talking to their built-in AI and comparing my solution to the official solution. Do they have AI? Taught by engineers. That's the job data. Where are the tools? Okay. Writing a ton of code, game-like curriculum, build portfolio projects to improve your skills. You pay full ChatGPT Pro subscription. It's awesome, but it still makes... Oh yeah, AI makes a shit ton of mistakes all the time. That makes sense. So they don't say they have a built-in AI. I'll use my burner. I'll use my burner Google. I'll sign in. Oh no, which phone is this set up to? Google wants to make sure it's really you. I'm not getting a security pull down. Is there a way to resend? Resend it. Oh, yeah, it's me. This number. Yeah, that's okay. Continue. Okay, signed in. Screen. Okay, let's do it. No, paid membership is required. Running and submitting your code. That's pretty shit. I don't like that. You can't run and submit your code. I mean, it is what it is. Tracking progress. Chatting with the AI coding assistant Boots. I see. Yeah, so there is a AI coding assistant. Viewing solutions. Wow, so you can't do anything, really. Oh, free for the first few chapters. Okay, okay. Let's do a little bit of coding. Continue learning. Let's do it. Oh, there's a video. I don't want to.
According to Stack Overflow, but it still gives you plenty of programming languages. Python is used.
Yeah, okay. No, thank you. I think it's best. First language for most developers gets out of your way so you can focus on learning fundamental programming concepts. Okay, well known for backend, DevOps, all this stuff. Okay, on the other hand, it isn't known for front-end development or GUI. Okay, there's the AI. There's Boots. Spellbook. I don't know what Spellbook is. Community help. Oh, I do hate Discord. That's not good. I don't like being sent to Discord. If this is video based, I don't really like that either. I would rather have a transcript. But anyways, the answer isn't known for front-end development, so front-end. And then the explain is AI. Ooh, I don't know if I like that. Machine learning, front-end apps are almost always written in JavaScript, TypeScript, not Python. I get why this is here, but does that mean here's my problem. If this text is the exact same text every single time, then I'm okay. You shouldn't have to, like when you click the explain, it shouldn't have to regenerate. Let's do this. Explain. Ooh, it regenerates it. The thing is, I don't like that it regenerates it. And the reason why is because it doesn't make sense if it's a button down here that people can click when they want explanations, it should be the same answer every time. And then if you type something back, then it can generate, because this is a waste of electricity. Anyways. Oh no, not videos. I don't want to deal with videos. What? Oh, okay. Okay. Python is an extremely popular language. Yep. Scripting and automation. Front-end development. What? Is this the same question? Simple to read and write. Okay. What is code? Code is a series of instructions for a computer to follow one after another. Programs can have a lot of instructions. By the way, I encourage you guys to go check this out yourself. The boot.dev backend has 46,000 lines of code. As I write this, stop. You better not annoy me with the pop-ups. Okay, you have like RPG aspects up here. Remember how we use the print instruction and print text to the console like this? Yeah. You can also use it to print numbers. Numbers, unlike plain text strings, are not surrounded in quotes. This prints the number 42. Addition is one of the most common instructions in programming. This also prints the number 42. 40 plus 2, yeah. First it calculates the sum, then prints. Simple addition is used all the time in game development. In Fantasy Quest, we want weapons to deal bonus damage when they're enchanted. Our hero's sword deals 250 damage normally, but should deal an additional 75 damage when it's enchanted. Calculate and print the results of 250 plus 75. I mean, is this... Hooray! Okay, that was a bit simple. Code runs in order, starting at the top of the program. That makes sense. By the way, I think my wife might be still asleep. Okay, this first, this second, this last. Each print instruction prints on a new line. The dialogue in our game should display in the correct order. In the first level, our hero encounters a talking owl named Jax. Run, not submit the code, and see that it's printed in the wrong order. Run. Done. I don't know what order this is supposed to be in. Okay, here. Rearrange this in the correct order. So, Jax first. He does the baka. And then the two little dots. I'll just take this. There we go. Wait, the baka has to be first. What am I doing? Baka, hero, where are you off to? And then hero. Okay. Submit. I win. Hopefully your dog is good. Gonna be a little woozy, I think. A second. All right. Syntax errors. Syntax is jargon for valid code that the computer can understand. For example, the following code has invalid syntax because of this little tick here. One is a single quote, the other one is a double quote. Let's continue our work. There's a bug in our game and our players are distraught. The code was supposed to print "Welcome to Fantasy Quest" to our users, but they get an error instead. Fix the syntax error in the code editor. I don't... Oh, idiot. Now I see it. Run. Submit. Next. Syntax. The rules for how expressions and statements should be structured in a language. For example, in Python, the following is correct syntax. Print hello world. Well, in different programming language like Go, the correct syntax would be fmt dot print line, not even in camel case, hello world. Syntax errors aren't the only kinds of problems we run into when coding. For example, a bug in your logic. Your code is valid and will run, but it does something unexpected. It's too slow. Your code is valid and does what's expected, but it does it slowly. In this case, we're just concerned with syntax logic errors. We'll cover performance later. This one. Okay, next. The rules for how expressions, so what's this? So this brings me to a Wikipedia page. Syntactic notation in programming language. Okay, I like this, but it really shouldn't be this verbose. If you go here, this is very verbose for someone that is new. They should probably have their own definition. So like syntactic unit, like that's not good for beginners. Imperative programming language. So it just, I don't know if you agree with me, but like this is like diving way too deep. Screen. I've got a spam call, so I'm just checking out. Did we go back? No. What happens if you try to run code with invalid syntax? Your dreams will wither and die alongside your last few hopes and aspirations. I think it's this one. No, it's the error message from the Python interpreter. You've probably noticed that you have a submit and a run button. Run for testing and debugging. Submit runs your code, but also checks the output against your answer key. If the output doesn't match, you'll be punished. Nice. Don't submit code without running it first. The goal of this game mechanics to encourage good real-world coding practices. Submit is like deploying to production. I agree with you, Franco. However, I believe it shouldn't be verbose at this point. Like we're just starting. When you fail a lesson, one of two things will happen. If you have armor, oh, okay, this is good. This I'm starting to like now. Okay, so if I have armor, I'll lose 1. So I have 0 armor. Spree not protected. Uh-oh. That armor is consumed to protect you from failures on that lesson. Interesting. If you don't have an armor, you'll lose your sharpshooter spree. Okay, opens in a pop-up. And it will be reset to 0. Each time your spree counter hits 15, you'll earn a random chest. This I like. This is what they're explaining. So this is why it's like an RPG. Fantasy Quest has a bug in its server code. The code is supposed to print messages indicating the game server has started successfully. Fix both syntax errors in the code. Okay, first of all, we have a single. We need a double. Oh, but the ID, okay, so I hate this. The IDE does the double by itself. Okay, now here we don't have print. Okay, let's run it. It seems to work. Submit. We got it. Oh, I just had something's happening here. The marketing team asked for some stats about our Fantasy Quest game servers. They like to know the average numbers of players across our 4 servers. Debug the code so it correctly prints the solution to the math problem. Oh, why is it treating numbers like plain text? Because of the quotes, I'm pretty sure. If I delete the quote, now if I run it, that looks right. Let's submit it. It worked. Look at that. When do I get my $160,000 a year coding job? I've just debugged their servers for them. Yeah, sometimes my mic pack is making crazy noises because of the buck converter. I might switch the whole thing to a linear thing so it's less noisy. Our dev team has been making updates on Fantasy Quest's Innkeeper shop. There's a problem. The Innkeeper's dialogue is blank. Add 2 separate print statements to complete the Innkeeper's response. They should output the following in the console in that order. Okay, so we got print like this, quote, great choices, and then print this, quote, is there anything else I can help you with? Let's run this. Looks good. Submit. Yep, we got her. You thought you were going mad again? Yeah, no, it's the mic pack. Oh, I've got a free chest. Hang on a sec here. I have to go through my email. Whatever, I'll do it. This account I probably won't keep. It's just a burner. Okay, so we're good. We can come here. Variables are how we store data. If this is really boring, I can see the viewership is dropping off. It is what it is. Guys, I never promised to entertain you. Until now, we've been printing data by passing it straight to the print. Now we're going to save data in variables to reuse them. Variable is just a name that we give to a value. For example, we can make a new variable named my height and set its value to 100. Okay. We can define a variable called my name and set it to a text string lane. We have the freedom to choose any name for our variables, but they should be descriptive and consistent of a single token. See, this is not useful. String with an assigned and thus identified meaning, in contrast to probabilistic token used in large language models, a lexicon token, token name, and optional token value. I don't. This is not useful. Meaning continuous text with underscores. See, this is useful. This is not. These things should link to their own stuff. And since they love AI, it seems like they do, they could just use AI to generate a simplified meaning to these. But anyways, as we have a variable, we can access its value by using its name. For example, this will print 100. Print my height. Did we define? Oh yeah, my height. Okay. And this will print Lane. My name, Lane. Need to keep track of our hero's health. On the first line of code, write a new variable named player health and set it equal to 1000. On the first line of code, that would be here. So it should be here. Interesting. So maybe a little bit. $ equals strings, money strings. Player health. Is this just comma? No, it's equal 1000. We got her. Next. Variables are called variables because they hold any value and that value can change. It varies. See, you know stuff? I don't know. I didn't know $ meant string. It's like hold any value, that value can change. It varies. This code prints 20. Acceleration equals 10. Acceleration equals 20. Print acceleration, that'll give you 20. Acceleration reassigns the value of acceleration to 20. It overwrites whatever has been held in the acceleration. Yep. We need to reduce our hero's health as they take damage. Before each print function in the provided code, change the value of player health to 100 less than it was before. Here or here? Player health equals 900. Player health equals 800. Player health equals 700. What language is that in, Franco? And don't you dare say British. Player health equals 600. Run. We got it. Oh yeah, one sharpshooter spree. I got a sharpshooter chest. Open chest. 5 gems, 1 baked salmon, 1 XP potion. Okay. Okay. So it says check my email, but I just want this chest. Can I not have this chest? Mark all as red. Is there not a... Anyways, I don't want to follow an email link just yet. Okay, so this was done, right? Next. Now we know how to store and change the value of variables. So does C use? Python doesn't. Does C use that? Because C doesn't use that. Let's do some math. Here's some examples. Oh God, I hate math. Common mathematical operators using Python syntax. Addition, A plus B. Subtraction, X minus Y. By product, C times D. Quotient, A divided by B. Parentheses. How do you pronounce this? Parentheses. Parenthesis. There we go. Okay. Parenthesis can be used. That sounds weird because it's like it's a plural. Anyways, can be used to order math operations. So first, second, and third, average value equals first, second, and third divided by 3, print average value. That's good. Create a new variable called Armored Health on line 3. Armored Health equal to player health times armor multiplier. Run. So looks correct. Submit. Good. We haven't got destroyed yet. Negative numbers in Python work the way you probably expect. Just add a minus sign. When our hero walks through the poison, their health should go down. Right now, the hero is gaining 10 health instead of losing 10 health. Change the poison damage variable to be negative. Player health plus poison damage. Okay. We could just do negative though here. Run. So let's put this back to 10 and then we'll put the negative here. That should, it works just the same. But I can see what they, because damage should be a negative. So run, submit. Doing well. We're getting close to our chest. I don't know if this is going to end up with enough free stuff in order to get to the chest. Comments don't do anything. They're ignored by the Python interpreter. That said, they're good for what the name implies, adding comments to your code in plain English or whatever language you speak. Single line comment is a $. Yeah, it is. Yeah, because the square brackets are still brackets. But it's like if I say fix the problem with the human, that could be UITT or it could be Franco, right? It could be whoever. So I guess brackets does also make sense. Just a more generic, broad term. A single pound. I hate that it's called a hashtag now. Most people would call it a hashtag. Makes the rest of the line a comment. Yep. Multi-line comments are, triple quotes to start and multi-line comments, okay? This is useful if you don't want to add the £sign to the start of each line when writing paragraphs of comments. Line number 1 in the code was meant to be a comment, but the developer forgot to go to Pound Town. Run. Scimitar. Got it. Well, we're getting close to our chest, folks. Variable names. The variable names must not have spaces. They're continuous strings of characters. The creator of Python language himself. By the way, there's a... I will guide you here. Python documentary. This documentary, I will share, just get the link. It's a great documentary about the creation of Python. Here. Guido von Rossum implores us. Why is this implores us? Oh, okay. It's not for the implores us. It's use snake case. Okay, got you. For variable names, what is snake case? Just a style for writing variable names. Here are some examples of different casing styles. So snake case, all words are lowercase, separated by underscores. Okay, so Python, Ruby, and Rust use it. Rust is like new and like hot. Camel case, capitalize the first letter of each word except the first one. Yep. JavaScript and Java. Arduino C does this too. Pascal case, capitalize the first letter of each word. Num, new users, C# and C++. And no casing, all lowercase, no separation. Just don't do this. Okay, that's good. Still work with camel case or Pascal case, but we can just use, can we just please have nice things? I like it. I love it. If you won't use snake case for you, do it for me, I beg you. Which is valid camel case? This one, hero health. Variable names must not have spaces. Oh, this is the same. Okay, so this is a bit confusing because this is the same thing. This didn't change, but this changed. So I would like maybe if the, when you go to a new one, you see they use gold for progression, right? So when you go to a new one, I'd love this to be encased in gold, like a gold border. And then when you go next and this one changed, but not this one, I'd love this to be in a gold border. Snake case, this one. Okay, now everything changed. So it's a bit, it's getting used to it. Python has several basic data types. So strings in programming, snippets of text are called strings. They're a list of characters strung together. We create strings by wrapping the text in single quotes or double quotes. That said, double quotes are preferred. Oh, so you can do either. That is weird. Huh. That is very strange that you can do either, but there's a preference. Numbers are not surrounded by quotes when they're declared. An integer, or int, is a number without a decimal part. Okay. A float is a number with a decimal part. A boolean, or bool, is a type that can only have one or of two values, true or false. As you may have heard, computers only use zeros and ones. These ones and zeros are just true, false boolean values. Fix the bugs in the code. Player health should be an integer, and player has magic should be a boolean. What? Oh, I see. It's because of the quotes. Okay. So with the quotes, what were they? They were strings before. I'm just going to use the single quote, see if it works. Run. Yeah, string. Okay. Good. It's not hash here, it's Bradgard. Lumberyard. Wow. Run. Okay, int and bool. Got it. We're getting close to our chest. Oh, this is Pokemon. If you ever played old school Pokemon, chosen a funny name so that the in-game message would come out funny. America's strength made it possible to move the boulders around. Python, we can create strings that contain dynamic values with the f-string syntax. Okay. Num bananas equals 10. Bananas equals f. What? That's weird. F, you have num bananas, bananas, and then you print bananas and you have 10 bananas. Add an F to the start of your quotes to create an F string. Use curly brackets around a variable to interpolate, put its value into the string. This is weird. Fix the bug on line 7. Use an F string to inject the dynamic values into the string. Okay, replace name with the value of the name variable. Okay, so F, and then use a curly Q name. Okay, and then replace race with the value of, so we go curly Q race. And then this, we go curly Q age. And then should be able to, Jarl, yep, is a dwarf, yep, who is 37 years old. Did we get it? Sure your output matches. Yarl. Do not hard code values in the string. This is not the solution. Yeah? Do we take a damage here? Do we lose our sharpshooter? What's going on? Fix the bug on line 7. Use an F string. F. Just put an F in front. Is the F need a space? No. F. F is formatted. Okay. Oh, it was correct. There was a bug. Okay. Something weird happened there. We're getting close to our chest, folks. Very close. Not all variables have the same value. You can make an empty variable by setting it to none. None is a special value in Python, represents the absence of a value. It is not the same as 0, false, or an empty string. The value of my mental acuity in this case is none with a capital N, okay, capital N. And, oh, there's a link too. None. Assignments to none are illegal. Okay. In this case is none until we use the assignment operator to give it a value. None is not a string. Good. Assignment. Declare variable named enemy and set it to none. Enemy equals, and then none. Run. Print enemy is none. Did I do it? Don't change the print. Yeah, okay, I got it. Well, I mentioned it if it's illegal. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, no, not a video. I don't like videos. Oh, well, let's give it a shot.
The none type in Python is weird.
Oh, can I? Okay. Doubly don't like this. I can't speed it up.
And discovering it in Python is probably really mind-bending in the same way that discovering the concept of 0 would have been mind-bending to the ancient Sumerians. Let's start with an example. I'll create this variable age selection and set it equal to none. And that's none with a capital N. It's important to note this is not the same thing as the string none, which would be surrounded in double quotes. None is its own special keyword in Python. It's not just another string. For example, hello world is a string, 1 is an integer, false is a boolean, and none is actually of the type none type, which is its own special categorization. Strings and integers both have infinite possibilities of what they could be. There's an infinite number of strings that you could store in a string type or integers that you could store in an integer type. A boolean can only be
I would really like this at 1.5 times speed. Oh, is it time for Fika, Johnny?
true or false, but the none type can actually only contain the value none. So why is this even useful? Well, the idea of none
is a
to
speed up.
that there's nothing here, and not just the value 0, because sometimes 0 means something. Again, let's go back to our example of a variable called age selection. Let's say we have a form on our website where you can input an age. Well, inputting the age 0 would actually be a valid selection. So we can't use 0 to represent the state where the user has not yet selected an age. Again, because you could select 0. So one common use case with the none type is to sort of use it as a default value for a variable, and it indicates that nothing is stored here yet, but there likely will be or can be in the future. Now, one common mistake I see with new Python developers is when they print a value, or I should say when they print a variable that stores the none value, it will actually print the string none to the console. And that's confusing because if you write a program that instead of printing a variable that stores a none type actually prints a string that just says none, the exact same thing is printed to the console, but they're not the same. Now, the easiest way to test is to actually wrap the variable in a type function. So you're actually printing the type of the thing. And in that case, you get a message saying, this is a none type or this is a string type. So if you ever get stuck or lost, you're not sure what you're looking at, be sure to use that in your print debugging.
Okay. Yeah. So when would use it? One case to represent a value hasn't been determined yet. Uncaptured input. Okay. Later in the code, once the user has entered their name, you can assign it the username variable. Remember, it's crucial to recognize that none is not the same as none. None. Yeah. Okay. So this is good. No. Yes. And yes. So there's 3 good answers here, but I think this is the least worst answer. Okay, so all right, so it's a different page. We're almost there. We have almost 2,500 XP. Python is dynamically typed, which means variable can store any type, and that type can change. For example, if we make it a number, can later change it to a string. In almost all circumstances, it's a bad idea to change the type of a variable. Proper thing to do is create a new one. So speed description. What is non-dynamic typing? Statically typed, such as Go and TypeScript, one of which you'll learn in a later course depending on your chosen track. In a statically typed language, if you try to assign a value to a variable of the wrong type, an error will crash the program. Yes. If Python were statically typed, the first example from before wouldn't allow the second type. Computer would give an error. Oh no, not another video. Changing the type, no. Okay, see here, this hasn't changed. This is the same, but now this question has changed. So if you come to read here, you're like, this is the same. Dynamic. When working with the strings, the plus operator performs a concatenation. Is there the phonetical?
Concatenation.
Concatenation. That's a weird emphasis. Weird emphasis on that one. Where am I at? When working with strings, the plus operator performs a concatenation, which is a fancy word that means joining 2 strings. Generally speaking, it's better to use the string interpolation with F strings over the concatenation. So first name is Lane, last name is Wagner, full name equals first name plus last name, print full name, Lane Wagner. So I guess okay, they added a space here. Look at that sneaky space. So I was like, how did the space come about? It's because it's here. Notice the extra space. Oh, they're going into it. First name variable, that extra space is there to separate the words in the final result. Lane Wagner. We have a second player in our game. We need to tell each of our players how much health they have left. Edit line 9 to print player 1's health. Oh, you have 1,200 health using string concatenation and the variables provided. Okay, so line 9. Print. Just literally, but so can you just do it inside the thing? Anyways, okay, so print sentence start plus sentence end. Wait. Okay, just the health. Okay. Wait, what's going on here? Hold on. Don't edit anything. Only print you have X health once. Oh, okay. I was confused. Plus player 1 health plus sentence end. Okay, and then you go sentence start plus player 2 health plus sentence end. Okay, got it. Yeah, for sure. They want you to do it the wrong way first, which I get. Submit. There we go. We're getting so close to the chest. Okay. Multivariable declaration. We can save space when creating many new variables by declaring them on the same line. Oh. That is confusing. Okay, sword name, sword damage, sword length, Excalibur 10, 200, which is the same as this. I think this is clearer. Okay, well, here, let's make a poll. Which one is clearer, easier to read? All on one line, each on their own line. There we go. Vote in the poll, folks. If you do that in your code base, you'd be fired. Do what? The concatenation? Or this? Any number of variables can be declared on the same line. Variables declared on the same line should be related to each other in some way so that the code remains easy to understand. Yeah, I don't like this. This doesn't make any sense. But if that's how the pros do it, then I'm fine with it. But I don't agree with it. So far it looks like each their own line is winning. But anyways, how many variables? No limit. What is clean code? This one. Pros do, well, I don't know. This is what. Okay, let's ask GPT, shall we? Chat GPT. Which way of declaring variables in Python is do professional developers use most in production code? AKA, which way is the proper way? All right, let's see. Let's go back here. Let's go back. Actually, I'll just do individual lines. And then all related ones on the same line. Nothing much. Oh, Junk from Work, how's it going? Prefer the first style. So why? Why would they tell you to do the wrong thing? So why would boot.dev tell me the all on one line is better? Here we go. We're arguing with AI today. That's pretty much what we're doing. Learning flow. Whatever. All right, anyways, back. All right, Boots. You may have already figured out by now, but below the lesson explanation in the Boots tab in mobile, there's an adorable bear wizard named Boots. Oh, that's weird. Is that valid in Python, Franco? His job is to help you when and if you get stuck. Boots is an AI chatbot. Bleh. He already knows the official solution, what you've been asked to do, changes you've made to the code. He's been trained not to give you the answer, instead to give you the Socratic method. Argumentative dialogue, which individual probes a conversation partner on topic with the pressed conclusion of their own. Okay, that's not what we've seen so far, but nudge you in the right direction. Starting conversation with Boots before you've completed a lesson costs a baked salmon. Or if you don't have one, 50% of the XP for the lesson. Chatting with Boots after you've completed the lesson is free and encouraged for deepening your understanding. Okay, it's all jumbled up. So run the code. Notice that nothing prints on the console. Correct. Ask Boots why nothing is printing. You'll need to pay up. No, I don't want to. Use Boots to figure out what's wrong and fix the code and submit it. Okay, so I don't... I don't want to pay. Print. You there. Oh. Oh, wait. No, just a variable. Quest start. Print quest start. Okay, then we go print the local quest middle. And then print, we need your help taking it back. Quest end. Oh, but there's needs a space there. Oh, plus space, plus quest objective. Run. Submit. Yes, we got our daily quest and we got the sharpshooter chest and we didn't have to spend a salmon. Love it. All right, so let's open some chests, shall we? Open chest. Yeah, 50% XP is expensive, but I mean, it's just a game. 1 armor, 5 gems. Yes, thank you. Open chest. 6 gems, 1 armor, 2 baked salmons. Okay. 2 sprees. You might find yourself wanting to take notes, review concepts you already learned, see more examples of concept. See an example of some syntax you've already learned. Your spellbook solves these problems. It's a searchable cheat sheet of everything you've learned on boot.dev. As you complete lessons, you automatically unlock new pages. It can be searched anytime, so if you know what you're looking for, use your spellbook before chatting with Boots, because using a spellbook costs no items or XP. Assignment. Competitive fantasy quest players Balance Ballers have won all their games in the elimination round of the tournament. They're now in the finals. Calculate the average score of their 4 games and store it in the average score variable. Adding up all numbers, dividing odd up, divide by 4. Okay, find and open the spell book. Okay. Flip the switch to open your spell book. I don't know what a switch means. Bottom right of your lesson text. So it's this, that's the switch. Flip the switch, open your spellbook. On mobile, it's the last tab. Search the concept you'll be need. Try Python math. It should just auto search, no? You could never calculate averages. Interesting. Okay. So it's this what we need. Okay, don't touch below here. Okay, so average score equals, open bracket, game 1 score plus, well, game, whoops, 2 score plus game, oh my God, 3 score plus game 4 score divided by 4. And that should give us, so it should give us somewhere around like 100. Why can't I move this bar? I've broken, okay, it's because I'm zoomed in too much for you guys. I've broken it. Run. There we go, 100. Submit. Oh yeah. Wait, so there's no more chests for today, so we should just quit? Oh, someone likes all in one line? Huh. It's interesting. You guys are weirdos. All right. I think this is our last one. Character report. One of our interns built a program that prints information about Fantasy Quest characters. It's almost done. There's a few bugs. Run the code to see if it fail. There's a spelling mistake fail right here. Fails run. Trace back. File exec line 22 in module. I don't know what that means. There's nothing on line 22 in module. String line 3 in module 3. Windrunner. That's name Windrunner not defined. Okay, okay. Fix the syntax so that each variable is the data type we'd expect. So the name has to be a string. That's a string. Level is an integer. No, you're not an integer. Character class should be a string. God, this intern did a shit job. Wearing the cone of shame. Is she okay though? The character class done. Magic resistance, a float. Keep it equal to 15, but change it to a float. I think I have to do this. I have no idea. They didn't teach this part. Account active is Boolean, so true. Let's run that. Okay, I think we got it. Submit. So it didn't work. Sometimes you have to submit twice, I think. I have lost connection with the server. It's broken. I don't want to lose my armor. Run. Submit. Did it work? Correct. Okay. That was weird. Fine, otherwise eating for sure. Nice. Oh, and now we're in a new chapter. Okay. So I think this will be the end of today. We are level 6 and we have gems. We have stuff. So I did reach out to them via email. Let me swap a Rudy here. So I did reach out to them via email. We'll see if they want to partner up. Don't go harassing them, by the way. If they say no, it's no, and that's it. We accept. So hopefully all goes well. I don't know if I'm going to stream tomorrow or not. We will see. But I think this is going to have to go on the back burner, because if I'm just going to end up bricking all of my Raspberry Pis, what am I supposed to do? So that'll be that. I want to thank you guys all for watching. I need to go pee like a racehorse, so I'm going to end the stream right here. And keep an eye out on the channel to see if I'm streaming tomorrow. I might stream tomorrow, but not until I have like a list of things I want to get done. Thanks everyone. Have a good day, and I hope to catch you on the next one.